Hi everyone, my name is Quek. I'm a film director and I work in a company called Reservoir Production. We specialize mainly on TV commercials, but at our free time we also do passion projects like short films, and we just finished our first feature film shoot. Actually, I didn't choose the path of film directing. I was doing Form 5 and my results weren't so good and I got forced into Form 6, so obviously I flunked Form 6. And very lucky at that year, UTAR actually took July intake, and that's when I saw my last chance. And the courses that I could choose are minimal: advertising, PR, broadcasting, Chinese language and English language, journalism. So I picked broadcasting because I thought that requires the least reading. So how I got into film directing is because of my first Broadcasting 1 assignment, and we were tasked to shoot a music video, and it's from that music video itself I kind of fell in love with filmmaking, and that's when I set my path to become a film director. Throughout my years of filmmaking, I have actually assigned in different tasks. I think the only two things that I didn't do is makeup and lighting. So at one point I was holding the camera, I was shooting footages for people, I was editing, assistant directing for people. I was also art assistant, and I did wardrobe as well, transport coordinator as well. I would like to say that throughout these many years of filmmaking, the one thing that I learned most is actually myself. I think production is less on learning how to make a film and more about learning yourself, because that's when you discover your strengths and weaknesses, and you discover what kind of film do you actually like to make, what kind of film do you actually like to see. So yeah, I think it's a lot about learning yourself. I think what really changed me the most is the way I look at my work, because a lot of people regard their occupation as their job. So they go to their office in the morning, 9 o'clock, they go back at 5 o'clock. Every day they look forward to lunch break, they look forward to the weekend. But production is something really different. Production to me is not a job, it's a way of life, and it's committing yourself to something that you really love, and at the same time you make money out of it. So that's what I like to call passion, and that's what I really think what my job really is. There was this one story when I was an art assistant, because the production budget was very low. We had to go to Kuala Selangor every day, and I was the art assistant, and I was shooting a period piece of football. So my task was to make sure that the A board is covered, and all the balls are black and white, old school footballs, and I have to spray the balls every time. So after you spray like 5-6 balls, they play for half an hour and the balls are all gone and to respray. Basically I did that for a full 3 months. So there was this one day where I shot at 3 o'clock in the morning, and the next morning I went to the ATM to withdraw money, you see. But I went really early, and that's when the bank is not open yet, and I was there sleepless waiting for my turn. And that's when I saw my good friend from high school, and obviously he's all dressed up, he's in shirt, tie, his blazer, and he's a banker. And at that point it really flashed my mind, it really made me think that hey, maybe I should just quit my job and get something more stable, you see, something more stable, so I can and enjoy my work. But after a while I realized, no this is what I truly like. I like to I like to get into a lot of trouble and shoot different things, because in production, every job that you do, every film that you make, you get a whole new different experience. So something less stagnant than an office work. But yeah, at that point I really wanted to quit. To me, the one quality that fresh graduates should have is perseverance, because not everyone comes out of school and straight away becomes a film director. Even I didn't become a film director straight away. So as long as you know what you want to do, aim for it and persevere, because you have to tahan. You have to start doing all kinds of different stuff, and you must open your mind, let your mind open, and not to be afraid to take on other tasks before you eventually reach your ultimate goal as a film director. If you asked me this question 2 months ago, I would say the short film GUANG. But if you ask me now, I'll say the feature film GUANG, who's in the making. I'm editing it, and so far it's looking really good. It's coming out on 2017 Chinese New Year, so be sure to catch that. That's definitely my best work so far. Writing the script for the movie GUANG was really the hardest thing that I've ever done so far in my career. So that was really a daunting task. But at the end of it all, I really enjoyed the challenge. So my next challenge is definitely writing my second feature film script, because this time I cannot start with something that I'm familiar with, because I already did GUANG short film 4 years ago. I already have the mindset of the character and the story arc. So my next challenge that I'm up against is definitely a new feature film script, a full 90 to 100 page script from a fresh new idea. So that will be a big challenge after this. I actually came in Reservoir 6 years ago, and I started as a PA. So when I was an assistant director, that's when I really get to know the crew. And it is because I get to know the crew that's when the idea of GUANG came along, and I kind of backed everyone to help me and support me. And they are very supportive since the very beginning, from top down, from my director of photography Eric Yong to my first AD Shane to everyone else in the production, my producer Sabina, producer Adrian. We have all been a very close family. Because you know, in the joint production, after 1 or 2 years, your only really close friends and family is the people that you work with. To me, I consider myself quite fortunate, because along the way I have met my producer Ismail, and to me, the creative part helps a lot when you have a partner to actually share your ideas with. So when the idea comes back and forth, or when you throw things at each other, that's when ideas will collide and the better outcome will happen. And without realizing, I've actually gone through this full 6 years with him. Even in most of my productions, from shooting to editing to scriptwriting, I always have a partner to brainstorm with and share ideas with. And I think that is something that's really important. And it feels lonely sometimes when he's not around. He's at his job, I'm on my job, and when I'm doing it alone, it feels that somehow the energy is just different, and somehow I just couldn't perform to the fullest. So it'd be really good if you can find a partner that shares your creativity since the very beginning, and hope you can grow together to someone new. To my fellow UTARians, I always say the only people that go into UTAR consists of two criteria. One, your results not so good. Second, you're not very rich. What I think the industry love a lot about UTARians, UTAR college students, is because we really can work hard. And we can take a good beating, and production needs a beating. When you first start, you need to work hard, and you need to go through the long hours without having, you have to sacrifice quite a number of things. Like you won't have your comforts of hanging out with friends and mama at night and all those things. But UTARians so far, the interns and the people that we hire so far can really persevere, and they work hard. So that's good.